Hello and welcome back to Future You, the podcast brought to you by graduate careers experts Prospects. I'm your host, Emily Slade, and in this episode, I speak to Luke Johnson from the University of Essex Online about some postgraduate business programs. We'll be covering the Masters in Business and Management, the MSc Masters with Finance, and the MSc Business and Management with Business Analytics.
Hi, my name is Luke Johnson, and I am the Programme Coordinator for Business at the University of Essex Online. I am an ex-student at the University of Essex Online. I've got a Master's in Project Management, so I can really empathise with any students thinking about studying with us. And yeah, I've been with the organisation now for over 6 years.
Wow, amazing. So what business programs are you here to talk about today?
So we've got quite a few programs. So luckily, I'm not here to talk about all of them because we'll be here all day. But I'm here to talk about the MBM, the Masters in Business and Management, the MSc Masters with Finance, and the MSc Business and Management with Business Analytics.
Perfect.
I'll go into a bit more detail about each of those programs now. So I'll start with the MBM, the Masters in Business and Management. Now, management for some people, for a lot of people, might sound a little formal, maybe a touch dry, but this program I'd like to think is anything but. It's packed with real world relevance, focuses on adaptability, and is designed to prepare people to succeed in a fast-paced, ever-changing world of business, modern business. The program is for anyone who sees leadership as part of their future, whether that's building a career, launching a startup business, or just wanting to stand out in their organization that they're already working for. It's not about sitting back and memorizing textbooks and theory. It's more about developing tools and on your confidence and the different perspectives you need to make things happen in the business world. What makes this program exciting is the balance between the big picture of business thinking and practical skills and getting that, like I say, those real world experiences. So you'll dive into strategy, entrepreneurship, leadership, marketing, and the all-important world of supply chain and operations. But at the same time as doing that, you're developing that everyday capability of problem solving and communication, collaboration and decision making. It's very much the idea of learn it today, use it tomorrow. So even if you're studying a full master's, which can take 2, 3, 4 years with us, you can still apply the learning whilst you're studying with us. And hopefully we will touch on how we help you with applying that learning with the different assessment methods later on. So by the end of that program, you'll not only be more knowledgeable, you'll also be more confident in putting your ideas into action and inspiring others to do the same. So the MBM is a practical, and dare I say it, a lot more fun than it sounds on paper. Then we've got the MSc Business with Finance. It's more about sharpening one of the most important tools in the business toolkit, really. It's about understanding how money drives business success. So this program is designed for people who want to get more under the skin of how organizations work financially. Because, I mean, let's be honest, really, no matter how inspiring your business strategy looks like, if the numbers don't add up, it won't get very far, really, will it? So what I really like about this course is that it doesn't treat finance as something separate or intimidating than what the business program is. Instead, it kind of weaves those financial understandings right into the bigger picture, the management and the strategy. So you'll be exploring economics in the business content. You'll learn in the business context, you'll learn how to create strategies that actually form smart financial decision making and see how finance connects with everything from leadership to marketing to HR. You'll cover financial reporting, project management, corporate responsibility. So, like I was saying, it's not just about managing money, it's about making good, sustainable decisions as well. The real advantage I find with this program is you'll come out, what I like to say, speaking two languages: the language of leadership and the language of finance. That combination of having the ability to do that can be incredibly valuable for someone's future who does this, because you're not just part of kind of the boardroom conversation, you're helping to lead it as well. And then the last program that I'm here to talk about today is the MSc Business and Management with Business Analytics, which really feels like the future. We're living in a world today with overflowing amounts of data, and the big question is, how do you make sense of it all? This program is designed to put you right in the forefront of that challenge. It's not just about being a data scientist hidden behind a computer. It's not just about management in the old-fashioned sense either. It's about bringing those two worlds together, very similar to what I was talking about in the finance program. Taking the principles of analytics and applying them to real-world business problems. You'll learn, of course, how to collect, analyze, and visualize data, but more importantly, how to use those insights to make smarter strategy decisions. The modules take you from statistics for business through to data management, modeling, and data visualization, to applying analytically directional approach to managerial context. So, like I was saying about the other programs, it's about developing the confidence to not only kind of crunch the numbers, but how to communicate what those numbers mean. We really do place a big importance on that, because being that person, like I was saying, in the boardroom, in this scenario, we don't just want someone to give someone the data, say, here's the data, here's the information. We want someone to be able to collect that data, understand it, and decide how to act on it. That's the real game changer. So yeah, whether you'll be drawn to the MBM for its broad dynamic approach to management, the MSc in Business and Finance for its more deep dive into financial decision making, or the Business and Analytics program for its more cutting edge data driven focus, each program gives you the knowledge and the practical skills to thrive in a real world where business never stands still.
Yeah, incredible. So, how will the students study online?
Well, first of all, it's important to say that when you study online with us, you'll gain a recognised qualification from the University of Essex, which we are proud to say is ranked in the top 40 of the UK universities. That's a qualification with real value and recognition. So it's something we're especially proud of. Something else we're proud of is that the classroom experience we've created. So all of the modules are taught by experienced academics and practitioners, which means you don't just get the theory, like I was saying, you get that vital real world perspective as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because our programs are built with employability in mind, you will be developing skills that prepare you for careers, not only in your chosen field, but also in related sectors as well. Plus, there's flexibility in many of our programs. You'll have the chance to tailor your studies with optional modules to match specific interests to your needs. At the University of Essex Online, everything is delivered through our interactive learning platform, which is available globally 24/7. So whether you're an early riser or a night owl like me, or fitting study around your work or family life, the course really does adapt to your needs. Support is also really at the heart of what we do. Tutors respond to emails within 24 hours during the week and 48 hours at weekends. So if you hit a challenge while you're studying, you won't just be stuck waiting for help. You'll also have the chance to book one-to-one meetings with your tutors regularly, in addition to the live seminars and Q&A sessions that are built into each module. And like I've said, it is one of our best USPs is our programs are 100% online and part-time, meaning that you'll never be required to set foot on campus. As saying that though, we would love to see some of you, if you were successful enough to graduate. We have a fantastic celebration down on campus for the graduation day. So it's great to meet, put a lot of names and pictures to faces and meet the cohort. It's a fantastic day.
Yeah, brilliant. So let's talk now about the learning, teaching, and assessment methods.
Yes. So our programs are designed to give students, like I say, I keep saying this, but it is really important to not only give students the knowledge, but the confidence on how to apply that knowledge in real world contexts. So learning takes place through a blend of pre-recorded lectures. We call them lecture casts, and they're kind of bite-sized learning resources, which we have our own learning technologists, we call them, that help develop them with the subject matter experts. We have those. We have our live seminars. We've got our Q&A sessions, along with all the additional resources and readings, alongside independent study, depending on the assignment, or group work tasks. It's a real mix, which means students can engage on kind of key theories while also developing the ability to question, analyze, and apply learning critically. When it comes to assessment, we kind of deliberately use a diverse range of methods to enhance our learning experiences. So you'll see the traditional academic pieces, such as reports and essays in some of our modules. These, of course, are needed because it allows our students to demonstrate their research skills, structure arguments effectively, and show kind of in-depth understanding of certain areas. But that's kind of just one piece of the assessment puzzle. We've got discussion forums, which bring a more interactive element and community element to each cohort. It encourages kind of critical thinking and giving you the chance to hear different perspectives from different walks of life. We've got reflective journals, which help students kind of take a step back and chart their personal, professional, and kind of academic growth over time while they're studying with us. We've got group and poster presentations and a lot of group work, which gives students the space to develop those essential team working and communication skills they're just so essential in the business world. As well as that, we'll do a lot of peer reviews, which provides the opportunity for the cohort to provide feedback and to their peers. Again, that kind of mirrors the real world process that we have in the business world. And then, of course, we've got a lot of case study analysis, a lot of real world examples, which kind of bring everything together, letting our students apply theory directly to real world challenges. By combining all those different assessment methods, it kind of helps us measure where each student is overall. It helps us build their confidence and their professional skills, what they'll really need to thrive in a future career. Just before your next question, Emily, have you come across things like reflective journals or group projects in your own studies or in previous podcasts?
Yeah, no. You really took me by surprise when you said that. Do you want to talk about it a bit more? Because I've personally, in my personal life, I understand the concept of reflective journalism, but not through an assessment method or a teaching or learning method.
Yeah, well, we like to combine the two. Really, we do like to combine the two a lot. So if you do come on one of our programs and you continue to be successful, you'll see the two combined a lot, because reflection and group work we find are really important because it goes beyond just the learning theory. Reflection kind of helps you understand your own strengths, areas where to improve, how you're developing personally and professionally. And then group work, on the other hand, kind of helps you build that teamwork, that communication, that problem solving skills kind of live, and you're actively doing that. They're all things that we find employers are looking for in the real world. So us as a business department within the University of Essex, we have we call them an employer advisory boards, basically meetings where we're meeting with heads of industry, kind of asking them, what are you looking for from our graduates? What are the things you need? And these are all things that they're asking for. They're asking for the the ability to understand their own strengths and where to improve and how to build up teamworking and communication skills. So together, those two assessment methods combined together really help turn the knowledge that they've received throughout a module, throughout a unit, into practical skills that they can use for their career.
Yeah, completely. It sounds brilliant and leans into, as you mentioned before, the aspect of community, where if you're working part-time, online, distant learning, that to have group work in that sense as a place to meet and talk to people is also really helpful.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. It can be seen, as quite a lonely experience studying online,
Mhm.
especially if you're um in another country and you're studying at a UK institution and things like that. So having that kind of that group work, it's a great way to network. It's a great way to kind of almost have that on campus experience without having it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That leans nicely into what career paths are waiting for these students.
So on the Masters in Business Management, the MBM, um, the graduates they'll have broad leadership and management skills. So career paths are extremely versatile. Typical roles have included business managers, operations managers, project or program managers. I've got a few entrepreneurs and startup founders and businesses, management consultants, business analysts, strategic planners. So there's a real range there. It'll equip students to work across a range of different sectors
Mhm.
and provides a real strong foundation in senior management positions. So even if you're in an organization and you're looking to progress, a program like this is perfect for you to build up your arsenal, so to speak, to build up those tools to progress further within that organization. With the business with finance program, like I said, you're combining that management knowledge with the financial expertise. So our graduates have gone to be financial analysts. We've got corporate finance managers, investment analysts, management consultants again, with more kind of a finance focus, business development roles within financial oversight. So it's ideal, this program, for anyone looking to bridge the gap between management and finance or pursue leadership roles in the financial sector. So if they're already working in finance, this will help them kind of build that further as they progress. Then we've got the business and management business analytics. So graduates from this program are trained to use data to inform decisions, as I was saying, so making them highly sought after in today's data-driven business world. We've got business analysts, data analysts, data-driven strategy consultants, supply chain analysts, marketing analysts. It's people when you go onto a jobs website nowadays, it's all those titles that you're looking for. The people that will complete this program are absolutely perfect for those roles. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's suited for careers where turning data into kind of actionable insight is centre to the success. Yeah, so like I say, it can be very varied, and our alumni students have gone on, most of them, just to progress further in their chosen career or organisation that they're in.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. So, when we talk about these individuals, who are we looking for? Who would suit and go onto these courses?
I mean, to take on a master's degree, it's it's extremely exciting, but we need people who are ambitious, curious, and ready to take the next step in their career. That's who we're looking for. You don't really need to have decades of experience, but you should have a real interest in leadership and business and the areas of which your program kind of focuses on. That doesn't just go for the three programs I'm talking, that goes for most of the programs that we offer at the University of Essex Online. We love students who are motivated, open to new ideas, and willing to challenge themselves. Like to collaborate with others and apply the learning to real world contexts. You can kind of see the programs we've developed are all revolving around those ideals. Essentially, we're looking for people who want to grow both professionally and personally and make the most of the opportunities these kind of programs offer to them. I should also mention that we have around a 50-50 split of international students and UK students at the University of Essex Online. So we have an extremely diverse cohort. And because we're 100% online, it really doesn't matter where in the world you are as long as you have access to the internet. Many of our students are already in work, undertaking our programs to kind of progress further in their career. It's a great opportunity as well to come and network with your tutors, with your peers. So I really do recommend it if you're just looking to progress further in your career. Another question, sorry, Emma, I've got for you is, with any of your kind of previous guests, again, did you touch about kind of your personal learning experiences? So finding that right study, work, and life balance can be really tricky. Okay, so have you come across any strategies or examples that really help students manage those three effectively?
Yeah, it's a good question. We've briefly touched on it before in previous episodes, but not in any great detail. More so that universities will offer a help, advice, and support for both mentally and physically that's available to students if they're struggling, but no actionable sort of advice. So, did you have any?
Yeah, it's so important when you're kind of thinking about undertaking something like this, kind of any online program really, or even a program, in your not your later years, but if you're working, finding that right study work life balance will be the key of how much you enjoy the program and how much you enjoy the undertaking of it, especially when it's online learning as well. So the great thing about our programs is its flexibility. So like I said, everything is 100% online and part-time. So you can find ways to fit things around your work and your personal commitments, as long as we say around 15, I would say 10 to 15 hours a week. It would be on the higher side of things when you first start, because you're just kind of finding your feet, learning how to be how to work in an academic way. Again, it can take a little bit longer. So Emily, we've got a lot of resources for our students. So we've got our tutors with the quick response times, like I said, the one-to-one sessions. We've got a dedicated study skills team that can help develop personal timetables for students. That kind of helps them look through everything that they've got going on in their lives to fit in their studies and their time effectively, to stay on
Mhm.
track with their learnings and still have space for work, family, and personal life. So yeah, before you start any kind of program, anyone who's listening to this, I would just really consider how you're going to do that. Find a way to do it in your timetable and really focus on sticking to it. Because by doing that, you will enjoy and you will get so much more out of your learning journey you would if you didn't, if you just came in kind of unknowingly what to expect. If you had that plan in place from the start, it would really benefit your learning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about being structured and organized, isn't it? And almost calendar blocking your timetable to within an inch of its life.
Yeah. Like I said, like I've studied online as well, and it is a constant battle. Things come up in life and things change.
Mhm.
You can have children, or you can get married, or you can find work elsewhere. I mean, the good thing is with our programs, you can take breaks. That's what I did. So if you've got something big personally going on, or work commitments around a certain period of time every year is a lot more intense, you can book that out. You can speak to the student support team and say, right, okay, I know between such and such month and this month, I can't study. So they can take you out. It does mean that your studies will last a little bit longer, but for me, it means you'll enjoy your studies a lot more and get more from it.
Yeah, definitely. Brilliant. So, do you offer any shorter programs?
Yeah, so we offer over 15 short programs now. It is constantly
Mm.
changing, but they're part-time online courses again, each typically lasting around 13 weeks. I won't go through them all, but they cover a range of focused topics like leadership, marketing, data management, supply chain management, financial decision making. So these courses are a great way to boost your CV quickly, gain gain a CPD accredited qualification as well, which is great, and even progress onto the PG Cert, the PG Dip, or the full master's degree later on. I would suggest if you're kind of umming and ahhing about whether to undertake a full master's, or you just want to kind of build your confidence up before you're doing that, taking one of these short courses is a really good first step. Or if you're kind of happy with the qualifications you've already got and you want to kind of understand the data world a little bit more, or the finance world, just to kind of have that string to your bow, they're perfect for those kind of individuals. If any of that sounds interesting to you at all, or any of the programs, I'd encourage just getting in touch with a member of our admissions team. They can kind of answer any questions that you've got and guide you through the options that you have, and hopefully guide you to your next learning and career journey.
Yeah, fantastic. That's all brilliant. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much, Emily.
Thanks again to Luke for their time. For more information on the courses, you can check out the show notes below. If you want to get in touch with the admissions team, you can also do so in the episode description. If you enjoyed the episode, do feel free to leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. Thank you, as always, for listening, and good luck on your journey to future you.